Thanks Fetch for sponsoring this video. These are the two beautiful steaks we're going to be using for today's experiment. As you can tell already, they are porterhouse steaks, 1.5 inches thick each, and most importantly, they have great marbling, which is exactly what you're looking for. Now we're going to be putting two methods to the test to find out which one is going to be better. And for that, I first need to season both steaks exactly the same. So I went with a good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. As always, I seasoned both sides and made sure to also get the edges. Then I went ahead and grabbed the oxidized one and bagged it up, because this one we're going to be cooking sous vide. But now for the second method, it's quite interesting. And everything starts off with a good amount of olive oil in the pan. Then I threw in some shallots. As soon as they start to get a little bit of color, I threw in a good amount of garlic. We're trying to make a very flavorful oil, because the next ingredient is this, Kerrygold butter. But I'm not going to be using only 2 sticks. I'll be using a total of 5 pounds. You see, we're doing something that it's called confit, and the idea is to cook the meat in fat. Now I'm trying to produce the most incredible fat there is. Notice that I also put a little bit of thyme there, and I'll let that simmer under low heat because we gotta get into the steak. And after resting it in my refrigerator, you can see that the salt is completely gone. This is a good thing because the salt penetrated deeply into the meat, seasoning it all the way through. Now the next step is to go ahead and get a nice crust on this. My flamethrower did quick work of this thing, and I tried to get it really charred up, because again, when I dunk it in 5 pounds of butter, I'll be losing quite a bit of that crust. In the end, take a look. It looks so good that you want to eat it already, but remember, it is completely raw in the middle. So I let the butter start foaming up and immediately threw my steak in there. I moved it around to ensure that it was being covered, because now we gotta stick it in the oven at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. But I was really not looking for time. The most important thing was the internal temperature, because once 135 degrees Fahrenheit was reached, I took it out and look. This is what a confit steak looks like. And that butteriness on top must be phenomenal. Now as the only thing left to do is to go ahead and slice it up. I started by first curving out the filet mignon, followed by the New York strip. Then it was time to slice and see if we got perfectly medium rare. I mean, take a look at this steak. It looks phenomenal. But as you know, we cannot just eat steaks by itself. We gotta have a side dish. And for today, I prepared this. You can call it my take on frittata or tortilla española. This is inexpensive and absolutely delicious. And here's how I did it. Everything starts off with 9 eggs. Then I combine it with half a cup of milk, followed by a little bit of salt, freshly ground black pepper, and freeze-dry oregano. Now we gotta mix everything together real good. I went ahead and got a hand blender, because this is what I was looking for. Now into a non-stick pan, I added 1 tablespoon of butter, threw in some shallots and started to sweat them. Just a little bit of color is good enough. Now I added a little bit of garlic paste, followed by prosciutto. Mixed everything well and cooked it for about 1 minute. Next, I added chives, followed by the egg mix we just made, and a ridiculous amount of Gouda cheese. Oh yes, the more cheese, the better. Keeping it under medium-high heat, I started to let the egg cook a little bit. But notice that I'm also mixing it. As soon as everything started to get a little bit solid, I immediately threw it in the oven in the broiler setting. And after about 5 minutes, take a look. Now this is already good to eat, but I want to have a nice crispy crust on the top. So I went ahead and added more shredded Gouda cheese. And back into the oven it went in the broiler setting so that it can get nice and crispy. Once you are happy with the crispiness, take it out and look. To finish it off, add a little bit of butter, followed by parsley and a little bit of chives. Now remove it from the pan and take a look. And as you already know, you should be pairing up perfectly with steaks. You gotta remember one thing, we still have 1 more steak to cook, which I'm gonna be cooking the same exact temperature we did with the confit one. We're talking about 135 degrees Fahrenheit. This one, however, will be cooking for 2.5 hours. And I cannot wait to find out which one is actually gonna taste best.
Was that a lot of butter or what, everybody? I'm telling you right now, 5 pounds of butter. That has to be good. And not any butter, good butter. For the very first time, I'm actually thinking sous vide might lose this one because the smell that is inside of this studio is intoxicating. However, I still have faith because sous vide has never let me down. With all that being said, remember, I cooked it at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2.5 hours. Now I'll tell you one thing, we are hungry, it is ready, and it's time to take it out. Let's do it. It never gets old. As soon as I take it out of the bag and I feel the steak, the tenderness that comes is just incredible. I can tell you already it's gonna be a good one. But I know exactly what you're thinking. My steak is great and it doesn't look that good. That's because we need to put a good crust. And for that, I'll be patting it dry real good so that I can go ahead and use my flamethrower. As I know it doesn't look that good right now, but watch this.
Does that look good or what? But before we try it, I want to thank today's sponsor, Fetch. Fetch Rewards is a super easy to use free app where you earn free rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any receipt and you're gonna earn points, no matter where you shop or what you buy. Then redeem those points for hundreds of rewards. Fetch is a free app and so easy to use. Let me show you. Just download the app and scan a receipt from literally anywhere. I'm using my supermarket receipt because let's face it, that's where all of my money goes. Then hit submit and right away I get points super quick. And those points turn into awesome gift cards. Check it out. Just go to the rewards section and the options are endless. You earn points to save money anywhere. Retail stores, restaurants, Amazon purchases, and even for travel. That's it. Just scan your receipts, earn points, redeem gift cards all from your phone. Check out the link in the description and use code SVE to get 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. This is a limited time offer, so don't delay, my friends. Thank you, Fetch, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it.
All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful feast. You guys hungry?
I'm starving.
This looks good.
Good. Oh,
Nobody asking me about this.
This
Wow.
is strange.
What is
There's
it?
a bucket of what? Oil or butter or something?
5 pounds of butter. Oh, yes. What are you doing, Mama? Mama, what are you doing?
Oh, wait, hold on. You have...
We have shallots.
Oh.
We have garlic. You think I'm gonna let that go to waste? Are you insane?
You think I'm gonna let that go to
Are you gonna eat that? Wow, Mama already cheating.
Oh, my God.
Mama.
How was it, Mama?
Mama's cheating.
Wow.
Mama?
That's any indication we're in for a treat today, Andrew.
That's right. We're gonna go this one first and then we'll try this one. You guys just let me know what you think about it, okay?
Okay.
They should be an amazing steak. Let's go. Go for it, Mama.
All right.
Does it matter or is it all the same?
Doesn't matter. You just grab whatever you want. Doesn't matter. You can tell when a steak is good when they're falling apart, everybody. Look at this. Oh, look at that. It's just literally breaking. That's what I'm talking about. Let me know, Fred. Let me know how good, how bad, or how ugly it is. Ready?
What if it's pretty?
Oh, if it's pretty, you let them know. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Damn.
Oh, man. Wow.
That's the thing about sous vide, bro. You can't mess it up, man.
It's like butter jello taste with beef. That's what I can describe.
It's almost too tender.
It's almost...
Almost too tender, but it's not too tender. It's just...
It feels wrong. It's like, it's the type of tender that you're like, damn, that's so tender. Like, how is this possible?
It is what we like to call the perfect steak. Perfectly cooked, nice seared, tastes amazing. The flavor really comes through to the steak. There's nothing to be said.
You did not cook that on butter.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's the sous vide steak, but I'm trying to figure out what are you
What this butter
What are
here-
you doing with that butter?
This butter is only here for one reason. Yes, Angel. Damn, the whole thing. Mama, I'm gonna do the same. I want to know.
I guess I have to.
Oh my goodness. This is not good for the heart, but it is good for the mind, everybody. And I'm gonna do something like you did, Mama. I'm gonna steal one of those confit garlic.
let me
Look
go.
at you. Think I'm gonna let that go to waste? Are you insane? There's no way. Oh, everybody's going. Yes. All right, let's give this a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh, that's good, man.
Wow.
That's heaven.
I gotta
That
get
is heaven
Wow.
right there. It's funny because the texture of the filet mignon is the same texture of the confit garlic.
They have a bite, but it's not like it falls apart exactly. Like,
Yeah.
You know? It's like you gotta squish it and like break it a little bit.
You squish it with your tongue, and you will squish. You won't break apart, but you'll squish.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend doing the confit garlic. You want to eat some more,
I wanna
Mama?
eat some more.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump over here on the side dish. Let me know
side
about
dish
this. Yeah. Go ahead, Mama. Now the crust on the top is supposed to be a little crunchy, all right? Because it's basically like a big omelette. And then we have a little crusty on the top of cheese. That's Gouda cheese.
Of course, there's cheese on the top.
Of course, for you.
Have you guys noticed? Anytime we do something that's very cheesy,
Mama is always here.
I'm always
Mama
there.
has to be.
Let's give this a go. Side dish. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Wow,
Steak and eggs, baby.
Wow.
that's flavorful right there.
A little salty, a little savory. It's a nice rich, but not too rich. Perfect combination. That's why steak and egg is so popular.
Imagine this in the morning when you wake up for breakfast.
Correct.
Ooh.
Or you can even make it a day before and put it in the refrigerator. It's nice, good, cold as well.
Especially like the crunchiness on top of that super soft steak.
Right? The little crumbly crust on the top. Very good. It's time to jump into the next one. Go in, Angel. Dig in. Oh, nice and tender as well. And to my surprise, it's perfectly cooked, everybody. I took it out at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember that. Both of these steaks are the same exact temperature. Now, the big difference that I noticed the most is that it has a bigger grade band. That's expected because it was cooked in the oven and not sous vide. But at the same time, let's find out how it tastes. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Damn.
Wow.
Oh, whoa. I was ready to talk some crap. I can't talk crap now.
This one is not sous vide?
That one is not sous vide. It almost feels like sous
It
vide.
almost feels like sous vide.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, fool me.
Here's what I will say. I'm extremely surprised about this. By the way, it was confit. That's what I did. Basically cooked the whole thing in butter, okay, after I seared it. This works extremely well. It gives a wonderful flavor to the steak, and I like it a lot. For me, I still prefer the sous vide and dunking a little bit in the butter, but this is not far away from it at all, everybody. I really enjoy this.
It's close.
Yeah, very close. This is delicious.
If you don't have a sous vide machine,
Do that?
do that.
No, first of all, if you don't have a sewing
Yeah.
machine, go get yourself one. You will thank me later. Anyway, guys, these are the results. If you have the money and you want to spend $150 million on butter, it works like a charm. But if you don't, then stick with sous vide, okay? But this is phenomenal. Highly recommend you giving it a try. At least once, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything is always on the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.